The transfer rumour mill spun quickly this week and landed on a clear headline. Al-Hilal have dropped their interest in Barcelona's star striker after sealing a big money move for Darwin Nunez. Picture it like a chessboard where one decisive move suddenly changes every line of play. Al-Hilal picked up Nunez from Liverpool, a deal that reportedly cost them €53 million plus an extra €12 million if certain bonuses kick in. That cash injection does more than just add a new face to their forward line. It reshuffles their entire transfer strategy and, by extension, takes Robert Lewandowski off their radar for the foreseeable future. The noise from Saudi outlets had been growing for weeks. Whispers that Lewandowski might be an eventual target once his Barcelona contract runs out in the summer of 2026. But Nunez's arrival changed the calculus overnight, leaving a clear path for the Polish striker to return his full attention to life in Catalonia. And if you're wondering how quickly the scene can shift in modern football, consider how one signature, one stack of paperwork can send ripples through 3 leagues and multiple fan bases. The next chapter starts with Lewandowski staying put and Nunez arriving in Riyadh. Before Nunez's move, stories abounded that Al-Hilal were quietly exploring a long-term plan for Lewandowski, with some outlets even suggesting a summer swoop might be possible. It's a classic transfer narrative. A wealthy club eyes a veteran talent whose contract has a clear expiration date, scouts the lay of the land, and prepares offers for when the moment arrives. Yet the reports also noted an important human detail. Lewandowski himself reportedly showed little interest in packing up this summer. Imagine an experienced sea captain being offered a tempting new voyage, but choosing, for now, to stay at the port where he still has cargo to deliver. That's essentially the mood around the striker. So while pundits and fans speculated about a dramatic move to the Saudi Pro League, the player's own priorities and the fresh signing of Nunez combined to make such a transfer unlikely for now. The rumour fades, replaced by a new reality. The Saudi club's striker file closes for the moment. And Lewandowski's immediate horizon is coloured with Barca blue and the tasks of the coming season. That shift brings us to the practical and personal consequences for Lewandowski and Barcelona. Sources close to the forward have been clear. His aim is to continue wearing the Barcelona shirt into the new campaign. For a player famous for clinical finishing and an almost mechanical sense of where to be in the box, this is less about drama and more about work, concentrating on training, recovery and scoring when the whistle blows. Barcelona, for their part, are also pragmatic. The club has not ruled out the idea of offering him an extension beyond the current contract end in 2026. Whether that happens will depend on 2 main things: his on-field performances this season and how the market for strikers looks next summer. In other words, the door isn't shut, but it's not wide open either. It remains a conditional possibility, hinging on goals, fitness, and the supply and demand of elite forwards that football directors stare at on spreadsheets and phone calls as seasons unfold. Yet football is never just planning and paperwork, it's also fragile bodies and the ticking clock of recovery. Lewandowski's start to the season has been blunted by muscle problems, an all-too-common rival for players who have carried heavy minutes over the years. Reports suggest he could be sidelined for up to 3 weeks, which makes it likely he'll miss Barcelona's opening league matches. Small calendar blips that can feel soothed when the stadium lights heat up and fans hold their breath. Still, age and injury have not diminished his role in Hansi Flick's thinking. At 36, Lewandowski remains a central figure in the coach's attacking plans. Barcelona believe that if he can return to form and keep finding the net, a short-term extension could become a realistic option. A pragmatic handshake that rewards immediate impact and preserves stability in the squad. So while a muscle strain may briefly dim his presence on the pitch, his importance to Barcelona's ambitions and the possibility of staying beyond 2026 remain very much alive, leaving us with one question pulsing in the air. Can he hit the ground running once he's back and turn those whispers of extension into concrete offers?